So I guess it's Scott Panchik's fault for landing on the rope that he pointed out was dangerous. So there you go. Can we get like, I don't know, a week? Can we go a week without an incident? We're running out of nails, man. This is just getting ridiculous. Just a couple things before we get started. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you feel the way I feel about CrossFit this last year, and by CrossFit I mean CrossFit headquarters, in no way do I mean your the box you go to, stop supporting CrossFit headquarters. Get your de-affiliated shirt. I forgot to wear mine. Available on our website. So Scott Panchik is my favorite CrossFit athlete, and that's one of the reasons this story really bothers me. On top of this just being the 50,000th thing that CrossFit has screwed up this year. But when Scott finished the 2018 CrossFit Games, he came out to Hawaii and stayed 4 seasons down the road, and during that time he came to our gym for the whole week and just pretty much hung out like 8 hours a day. Just did workout after workout. Nicest guy ever. He coached a few classes, and then he even took time in classes that he wasn't coaching to just kind of talk to the people, give them like inspirational speeches, and just a really nice guy and a real asset to the sport of CrossFit. So for those of you that don't know what happened, Scott Panchik injured on a rope climb in event 3, and this was an incident where he actually brought to their attention that they should have these ropes shorter and not have extra rope on the floor. And then of course he got hurt. So checking out his Instagram page, and he put a post up about the incident, which is just heartbreaking. The amount of emotion running through my body has made this post difficult to write, but I still want to share what happened. At 7:30 a.m. we were briefed on the day's events, okay? 7:30 a.m. First event for the teams that day started at 9 a.m. So you had an hour and a half. After seeing the amount of rope left laying on the competition floor, I verbally expressed concerns I had for athlete safety in an event fast as this. I felt I presented a strong case and various examples of why this could be unsafe. So he even kind of told him this was unsafe. I also mentioned Torian Pro had done this event already, and the rope was cut, keeping the ropes off the ground. Back in 2014 when they did this, there was about, I don't know, a foot or so of rope still laying on the floor. It's a standardized workout from CrossFit. This is the one they wanted everybody to do. There should have been some sort of standard of rope length besides being a 15-foot rope. In general, the CrossFit Games, they don't have any extra rope. They cut it short, usually at like a 4-foot mark. I don't know what it is. It was going to be legless, or just to, even if they let them use their legs, basically so they could run under it and it's not sitting there in the way all day. Here's the big thing. I was told nothing could be done to change the ropes, and this is what was provided to be used. I don't know if that's an issue of whoever owns the equipment, that these guys didn't, so they're like, we can't cut that. Is it probably rogue? I mean, this is Knoxville, Tennessee, not too far from Ohio. Heading into the final event was obvious that every second counts. During the ascent, round 3, landed on the 3 or 4, my foot landed on the extra rope on the ground. Gee, was foreshadowing. How amazing. That never happens. Managed to finish the event, spent the next 2 to 3 hours in and out of medical, talking and praying with my wife. Man, during that time, went back and forth as to what to do. During the second heat of men, I told my wife I was done. That's on the next event. Both cried, took a breath, yet still I grabbed my wrist wraps and headed to the warm-up area. When my heat was called, I willed myself into the corral with the timing chip. As they called us out, made my decision to withdraw. Something I never had to do in this sport. Man, so last year he blew his knee out, I believe, right before this is his good knee. His other knee blew out right before the CrossFit Games and still had an incredible performance. And he had already announced his retirement, decided, oh, I'm feeling good, I'm back. I'm gonna do another year, especially after a year he had just great opportunity. He was in 4th place after this event. Thank you to fans, volunteers. Yeah, so then we got some responses from other athletes. Haley Adams, exact same worries here. Thinking of you and sending you good vibes. Dan Bailey, sorry Scott, you deserve better. Alex Smith, sorry to hear this. The extra rope on the ground was ridiculous. CrossFit Games Syndicate Crown should have taken consideration for athlete safety here. Sam Dancer, so lame, it really bothers me the ropes are on the floor in this day and age, haven't we learned? There's something that could be done. Get the tools, cut the damn ropes. It would take 20 minutes with a kitchen knife and some tape. Makes me even more upset you brought it up and nothing was done. So this is the problem, because here's the next one. Definitely saw them cutting the rope after today's workouts concluded. Given there's no rope climbs on Sunday, I can only hope it's in preparation for the MAC, which is going to be in the same place. So the same people are running two events. Maybe they have a little too much going on if they couldn't take an hour to cut, what, 10 ropes, however many ropes. Maybe you have a little too much going on when Scott Panchik, over he is, 9-time games athlete, says to you, hey, maybe we should cut these ropes, and you say nothing can be done, and then within hours of the event, they cut them after the fact, like, oh shit, we better make sure this is done. You had plenty of time. So let's see what Kristen Panchik's post, which is a heartbreaker. I woke up this morning praying yesterday was just a bad dream. 2 minutes later, I was helping my husband walk to the bathroom. We've been here before, but not because of someone else's negligence. And that's what this is, negligence. And I don't know where this athletes council bullshit is. I heard an interview with Fikowski, and he's like, oh, well, I don't know who's to blame. You know, is this somebody to blame? Should there be a, you know, we should have a rule book, you know, different issues that might come up that people have to follow, and then what if they don't follow them? And it just sounds like they're not doing much about it. I'm hurt and disappointed that my husband, who's poured 10 years of himself into sport, was brushed off and not taken seriously when he vocalized his concerns for athlete safety. Medical staff came over. Good job on the medical staff asking her how she was. That's great. All right, let's see what the promoter or the person that ran it and CrossFit had to say. So let's go over to the morning chalk up. The Syndicate Crown event director, Wilson Pock. Ensuring athlete safety is of utmost priority, and it's devastating to see an athlete injured in a competition. Going forward, we've cut the ropes for the MAC to a specific length approved by CrossFit. Oh, can we cut these ropes to ensure that this incident will not happen to another athlete? So within a couple hours, you contacted CrossFit and got the ropes cut. So you got to talk to him and you got the ropes cut, but you couldn't have done that at 7:30 in the morning when an athlete said, hey man, this is dangerous, and the other guys didn't do it this way. Let's go to Morning Crap Up and see the full article. CrossFit response to Scott Panchik injury he said was caused by rope at Syndicate Crown. No, it was caused by negligence on the Wilson Pock, the event director. Ensuring the athlete is of utmost priority, and it's devastating to see any athlete injured in competition. In the months leading up to the Syndicate Crown, I worked closely with CrossFit to ensure that the standardized workout and accompanying equipment were safe for the event. Well, you didn't. You didn't do your job once again, and the people at CrossFit once again didn't do their job for the 50th time this year. All right, and then we go to CrossFit's statement. Scott's a remarkable athlete, person, and ambassador for the sport. Yeah, and now you guys are fucked because he's pissed, and he should be. We're deeply saddened about his injury. They're going to take no blame. They're going to just brush it off, just like everything else that's happened this year. As soon as we were notified, our team reached out to Scott and the event director to determine what happened. Unfortunately, Scott's concerns about the rope did not reach CrossFit prior to the event. Okay, Adrian Bosman was there in the announcing booth at the time. Justin Berg was in the stands. That's the two guys in charge of this shit. Once again, not doing their job. I brought up Adrian talking about people, putting people into different different semifinals according to their criteria. That wasn't done either.
Rank first, travel conflicts, proximity, and that's it. And because they don't actually get to see the process, but short of sitting over the computer as somebody sorts through that in those 3 metrics.
A lot of people at CrossFit just not doing their job. Ensuring a real-time channel of dialogue and escalation of athletes during events was the reason we created the new competition liaison position. There you go. Here's another person not doing their job at CrossFit. But clearly there is a breakdown in this situation, and we need to better educate both athletes and event officials on when and how to engage with the competition liaison. So I guess it's Scott Panchik's fault for landing on the rope that he pointed out was dangerous. Issues may include appeals, scheduled discrepancies, warm-up requests, safety issues, and concerns about competition fairness. Yeah, the ropes were different fucking lengths. There's your first problem. And safety issue, and he brought it up 2 hours before any event with the rope started. Going forward, we have relayed the issues around the rope length to upcoming event organizers. Again, we're not going to take any blame on anything. Awful. So let's see. So to wrap it up, Syndicate Throwdown, probably you guys have a little too much going on. I think being in charge of 2 semifinals 1 week after the other, when taking 20 minutes to cut some ropes is out of the question. Maybe you guys got a little too much on your plate. You need to kind of get some help or back off a little bit. Hopefully your programming is a little better for the Mac. I don't know if it's a different person doing that, but as far as the Syndicate Throwdown is one of the worst CrossFit competitions I've ever seen, from the crappy programming to this Scott Panchik situation, and the fact that the place was empty. Nobody even came out to see this. You had Haley Adams, Justin Medeiros, Scott Panchik, oh yeah, that's right, Mayhem. The entire Mayhem gym was there. You have the most popular CrossFitters in the world, and it looks like you guys sold about 50 tickets. Meanwhile, in Australia, where you have no teams, you have Tia, obviously, but you have a few other top names, but for the most part, you've got about 10 athletes that are super popular. The place was sold out like a week ago. You can't even sell tickets in the United States, the home of CrossFit, with the returning champ, the returning team champ, the probably most popular female in CrossFit right now, and probably one of the best fields of competition through the whole semifinals. So, I don't know. Way to go, Syndicate Crown. I'm glad you've got a skeleton as your mascot, because your shit's dead. Oh.